Have you ever gone through a stretch of time where you truly loved someone, and yet felt no interest in intimacy at all? You started to doubt yourself. Had you fallen out of love? Was something wrong? You didn't dare tell anyone, because not being interested sounds like an accusation against the relationship, not a description of your own body. Here's a fact you may not have considered before: sex drive was never handed out equally to begin with. Some people seem to carry a flame that can be lit at any moment. For others, that flame needs a lot of kindling just to spark it all. This isn't about who's more normal or who has a problem. It's simply that everyone's internal system comes with different factory settings. Think of it as a switch inside the body, controlled by a few different things working together. One of them is testosterone. You might assume this only matters for men, but women have it too, just in smaller amounts. It works like someone adding wood to that flame. The more there is, the easier the flame catches. Another is the stress hormone, cortisol. The more stressed you are, the more of it gets released. And it has one very direct effect: it dampens sex drive. This explains a lot of moments that may have confused you before. Like those months when work was overwhelming, your relationship hadn't gotten worse, and yet you had zero desire for closeness. Not because the love had faded, but because your body was using everything it had just to handle the pressure in front of it, with nothing left over to light that flame. You may have also noticed that chronic sleep deprivation can drop your sex drive to almost nothing. That's not a coincidence. When the body is short on sleep, it redirects all its resources toward basic survival functions. Reproduction, which ranks fairly low on that survival list, naturally gets set aside for the time being. There's another situation that's even easier to misread: low mood. When someone falls into a prolonged low mood, the entire system in the brain responsible for pleasure becomes sluggish. It's not just intimacy that loses its appeal; things they used to enjoy can lose their pull too. In this case, no sex drive is just one symptom among many kinds of feeling nothing, not a signal about the relationship itself. Have you ever wondered why some couples still have a strong spark after 10 years together, while others start to feel like roommates after just 2? There's a mechanism here that's easy to overlook: the relationship between novelty and dopamine. The brain is naturally more excitable around anything new. That first handhold, that first kiss, the racing heartbeat, a large part of that comes from dopamine being released in response to the unknown and the unfamiliar. As a relationship becomes familiar, stable, and predictable, dopamine's response to it naturally starts to fade. That doesn't mean the love has faded. It's just that the brain's reward system was never built to get very excited about stability. Novelty is what tends to light it up. Knowing this actually matters, because a lot of people mistake this natural biological shift for something's wrong with the relationship, and start doubting themselves, or doubting their partner. So, can sex drive actually change? The answer is yes. But not by forcing yourself. Catch up on sleep. Bring your stress down. Take care of your emotional state. Once those things are handled, that flame inside the body usually finds its way back to burning on its own. It was never something you could light through sheer willpower; it's more like the natural result of an entire system finally being back in balance. You can also try creating a bit of novelty on purpose. It doesn't have to be dramatic, maybe just a date somewhere you've never been, or trying something neither of you has done before. The brain tends to light up around new things, and that same rule applies to intimate relationships too. Maybe the most important point of all is this: the strength of your sex drive was never meant to be a ruler for measuring how good a relationship is. It behaves more like weather, shifting constantly with stress, sleep, mood, and hormones. There are seasons of strong desire, and there are seasons where you feel almost nothing at all. If you're currently in one of those feeling nothing stretches, maybe there's no need to rush into a conclusion about yourself. Your body might just be tired, and in need of some real care for a while. It will come back.